Yeah, I always have to keep dancing whenever that tune stops. So, hey, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Azure Unsung Heroes of the Cloud. Our most favorite topic is things that we don't know about Azure or in relation to that. And today we got another special one for you. And I welcome our little guest, Daniel Ikem. Welcome to the show, mate.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Mike.
And as you can see, I have another sidekick today. It's yeah, I don't know which point I should. Is it like this? Is it like this? Yeah. So as you can see, I have
I'm
another
above you
sidekick
now.
here. Okay.
Yeah.
As you can
Yeah.
see, above me is Matt Kelder. He's replacing Niels today because he had some other business to attend to. Not that he doesn't find it interesting, but unfortunately, sometimes duty calls. So I have now my other sidekick, Matthew Kelder, the man behind the scene, now in front of on the stage. Welcome, Matt, and nice having you as my guest host.
I'm looking forward to this one. This is the February in the United States is Black History Month, and we wanted to um, really share opportunities and programs that Microsoft has, and at the same time talk about cool things going on in technology. And so, thanks for joining us, Daniel.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me, Matt.
Yeah.
So, Daniel, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Who's the man behind this program, which we will talk about in a few seconds?
Yeah, I mean, so I guess it really starts in Miami. So I'm Miami native, though I do currently live in Washington, D.C. Third of four kids. My parents came from Nigeria in the early 1990s. And yeah, I mean, prior to Microsoft, I worked at the United States Postal Service as a global product manager for a
Oh,
shipping service called Global Express Guaranteed. And even before that, you know, my educational background, I got my bachelor's from UCF, University of Central Florida, and my first master's in international business from University of Miami. Recently just got a second master's from the University of Maryland Global Campus in biotechnology.
nice.
And
Congrats.
yeah, I mean, and even before, UCF, I had my associates from Miami-Dade College through this school called School for Advanced Studies. So I actually got my associates before I finished high school. Um,
Darn.
so,
Yeah.
that's from an educational standpoint, work background. But
Cool, cool.
yeah,
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, it's a man of all trades, as I can hear. And
yeah.
also, dude, really going from Miami to Washington?
So I get that question all the time, and Miami is a nice place if you're like settling down and you're retired. But if you have a lot of ambition, you want to kind of move out and just kind of
Yeah.
explore and
To
see
be
what the world
honest, I
offers.
can totally relate because the state of Washington is beautiful. Yeah, every single time of the year, every
No,
single
he's
time of the
Washington
year.
D.C.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
Washington
Washington D.C. Okay, I thought it
Virginia's
was state
beautiful
of.
too.
on the East
Okay,
Coast.
okay. Just sorry, my
Maryland,
misunderstanding.
Old
I mean,
Chesapeake Bay.
I thought you said Washington State. Sorry, my
Yes.
bad. Oh,
No, and I
Washington D.C. Yeah,
explained
okay,
that a lot to my partners too. Like, I don't live on the West Coast. I
okay,
live in
okay.
East on the capital.
No, no, no. I know where both things are. I know they're totally miles apart, like generally. But and I've been to both places. But the thing is, I thought you mentioned Washington State, so my bad. I misheard you. Okay, cool. So, and what else do you do besides apparently a lot of studying? Is there anything else that you
So
and not being retired?
so when I'm not getting another degree, I'm either just listening to music or singing along, exercising. So I love doing yoga, jogging, and weightlifting. I also love reading, mostly comic books. So whether it's
Ooh.
American comics or Japanese manga, that's really what I do to pass time, as well as play video games. So yeah.
So nerd question of the week:
Mm.
Marvel or DC?
I would say Marvel for some reason, and this isn't based off of the movies or anything like that, but reading the Marvel comics, the stories are a lot more interesting because they have a bit more of a social like impact to it. Like even though superheroes fighting supervillains, whatnot, you can kind of see where the baseline of the story is kind of picking up from. And I don't know, they just have a way of, even though they have a lot of characters, they kind of make things make sense. across different storylines. So, I like Marvel, and my favorite superhero is also Spider-Man. So, yeah.
Which one?
I
We
mean,
can go on for this for hours. I mean, so agree to disagree here, but I'm a DC guy, so yeah, I'm a Batman fan. So,
okay.
but
All right.
of
It's good
course,
to
but there's so many beautiful comics going on in novels and all these things. I hear you. I cannot. Mm. Sorry about it. I think I just swallowed a fly or something. So this must be one of the weirdest shows that we've done so far. Going to that. So anyway, so okay, yeah, and comics, and so as I understood, you're a very educated Zen comic reading kind of guy, which likes to crawl around. All right, but maybe just swing it over then to your business side of things. So we're colleagues. What do you do at Microsoft, and why are you here?
Yes. So I am a partner development manager on the global ISV industry team, but my job and for the retail and consumer goods team, but my job is actually helping lead the Black Partner Growth Initiative. So unlike other PDMs, and actually I guess most roles in Microsoft, I'm not necessarily focused on an industry or solution area, or even a partner type, but really the racial identity of a partner.
Okay.
So, through the Black Partner Growth Initiative, I work to support over 500 Black and African American partners across the United States. And with that, it's agnostic to everything. So, I work with both services partners and ISVs
I
across
was
all.
about to ask that because funny thing is, I also work in the partner organization, so
Mhm. Oh, okay.
GPS side,
Yeah.
and I'm a CSA on the partner side,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I do an 80/20 ISV, so hence why I want to ask: are you doing also SI partners, or just
Yes.
focusing solely on the ISV the partner?
As
Okay,
long,
cool.
yeah. So as long as they're, Black or African American owned and based in the United States, then they're eligible for the initiative.
Yeah.
So with that comes a lot of different questions, but as we say, growth mindset. So I use this as an opportunity to learn really about everything about what it means to be a partner, in ways that maybe a lot of our colleagues don't necessarily do because you're usually just focused within your one area. So,
Hmm.
so I really love to learn, as you can tell. So, just being able to see things from a bird's eye view, from a partner standpoint, it's very interesting.
So actually, you just invented a new thing instead of a vertical or a horizontal. You're probably doing a diagonal.
Yeah, I mean,
No, but it's actually you focus on everything and you don't focus on a specific industry. You focus on the type of partner itself, which are specifically, as you said, I can say Afro American, right? It's
yeah,
only that. Or okay, cool, right? That's very cool. And this program, is it something that you build, or is it something that Microsoft builds together with
yeah.
you?
So I didn't build the initiative, though I've helped help bring it to where it is today with the rest of our team. But this initiative was actually announced by Satya Nadella, our CEO, in the summer of 2020, in response to the wrongful killings of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. And it's part
Okay.
of the another greater program called the Racial Equity Initiative, which is designed to support the Black and African American community. So in addition to BPGI, which is what we call the initiative for short, or BAPG, there are other programs such as the Nonprofit Tech Accelerator, which supports nonprofits supporting Black and African American community, as well as the Supply Diversity Program, which also supports um, Black and African American businesses looking to be suppliers for Microsoft. But I was hired about a half a year after the initiative was announced.
Hmm.
But with a lot with the rest of our team and like our strategic lead Regina Johnson and Ramel Mitchell and various other members, we've really started from scratch as to you know this is unprecedented for Microsoft, and
Yes.
really for any other cloud provider, since Google and AWS don't have similar programs, at least from a partner standpoint. So it's a very ambiguous, from the at the beginning as to where we wanted to take it, but at that same time, you also have the freedom to kind of take a step back and see like what really works for partners. Because another aspect of it is not necessarily just supporting Black and African American partners and identifying them and representing them, but since these partners are also unmanaged and small medium-sized businesses and early stage startups, where are the gaps that the partners who normally don't get any attention, regardless of race, and how do we help, kind of bring that to the forefront and advocate for the partners in initiative and really all small, medium-sized businesses as well.
That's
What's
cool.
the experience when say a small consultancy, maybe small
Mhm.
ISV business joins the program? What's the onboarding like? Or um, what's it like? I mean, what how does
So,
it feel
Yeah,
to be
what does
have
it contain? Now the same question. Yeah.
yeah yeah
yeah, so the onboarding process, it's unique because what happens is when a partner enrolls into initiative, they are provided information through a confirmation email, but at some point they come across me or I reach out to them directly, or or however it comes, whether it's coming from another partner or just another member of Microsoft, and then I meet with them just to kind of go over the initiative, but also what it means to be a partner, just because the initiative initially started, no pun intended, with just focusing on recruiting net new partners to Microsoft. But what we learned after maybe half a year, uh, 3/4 of our first year, is that a lot of partners in initiative who were enrolling were already partners or had been partners prior.
mhm.
So it wasn't necessarily just that we're recruiting the partners, but we also have to support partners who have already been with Microsoft but are still looking to get more information. So in the conversations that I have with the partners, it's really a matter of, this is what the initiative is and this is why it's been formed, just as I've explained to the two of you. But now, after going through that and eligibility and whatnot, now discussing, well, what are next steps? What are you looking to do as a Microsoft partner? Do you need marketing or technical or sales support? And then kind of highlighting the programs that are either created by the initiative or already exists across the Microsoft ecosystem that can then help them along their partner as well as business journey as well. And these calls usually take about 30 minutes based on the questions of the partners. And I've had at least maybe 500 of these conversations
Wow.
with
Nice.
partners. So
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
most
Over
partners
over the time
initially
span of
know.
those 2 years now, right? Over the
Mhm.
time span of
Yeah,
those 3 years. Okay, that's not bad. That's actually pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah, you scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so because we do have other PDMs supporting
Yeah.
the initiative. So Kyle Kramer, he is a US PDM who supports a select group of partners for a hybrid managed program. And I also work
Mhm.
with Aaron Maselli Omohenley, who supports the initiative from a more strategic standpoint and just developing programs for our partners. But in terms of like engaging the partners and just meeting with them just to kind of help them along their way, that's really where my role is in being I don't want to say the face of the initiative, but at least the face that the partners should be, interacting with just so that they can start their partner journey.
Oh,
It
cool.
looked like there's a series of events coming up. LA later this month, Charlotte, Chicago.
Mhm.
What are those? What
Yes.
who should attend, and do you have to be a partner to attend already, or yeah,
No, so you don't. So, well, to answer your first
yeah,
half of your question, the
yeah.
programs are called the Innovation Tours or BBGI Innovation Tour. It's
Mhm.
really just an opportunity for us to meet the partners face to face, just
Hmm.
because, of course, the initiative was started during the peak of COVID. So there
Yeah.
wasn't really many opportunities to meet partners face to face. And of course, since the initiative is also nationwide and we have a very small team, I've actually named almost every team member except for one. We don't
Yeah.
have the ability to meet partners as much as we'd like. So, we really, thought like this is a good opportunity to meet partners, especially in the cities that they're already based in. So, of course, we're really looking at it of where are the majority Black cities, which tend to be the major metropolitan areas across the
Hmm.
United States, and just having events at Microsoft um, buildings just to engage with them. But to the second part of your question, organization doesn't have to be a radio partner because we would also use that as an opportunity to, you know, meet with potential partners or just businesses in the area who may be interested in either becoming a partner or even working with Microsoft in other ways as well.
Sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah.
It's no problem.
So
No, that's what was working from
We've
home.
all been
So
working from home for a while.
yeah,
all for from home.
my wife is on the phone like in another room, so hopefully
Yeah.
you can't hear.
No. It's all fine. It's all fine. She's listening to music and doing her schoolwork, so that's the thing. So, and what kind of so the program itself, what kind of benefits do they have? Is it the same kind of benefits that you normally do with partners, or do you have additional things that you can add here too? Is that what does it
So
do? Because I know that there's go-to-market benefits, and so are they different than the normal standard partners benefits that we have?
So for the most part, it is a lot of the same benefits that partners already receive. But the way to really think about it is while we do have all these different programs across Microsoft, whether it's for partners specifically or just for businesses in general, the initiative serves as a hub for partners to get that information. Because that's really the main challenge that partners at least that I've spoken to, have
Mhm.
experienced. They know what they want out of the partnership, or they want to learn what they should be doing, but they don't know where to get this information or who to contact. So I kind of serve as that point person, as well as the rest of the team, to just connecting our partners to these different points of contacts and programs. But we do create our own series of events and programs as well as incentives, whether it's for partners who have gone through our accelerator program or just partners who are going through other programs such as our indirect provider program, which supports partners who work as cloud solution providers or value added
Mhm.
resellers, as we've gotten commitment from each of the indirect providers or distributors to support the partners in their own unique way. So, it is a kind of a mix of both because obviously I think what we already provide partners, do provide benefit, but it's really a matter of providing accelerated and prioritized access to these resources
Okay.
for underrepresented partners.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
those are nice initiatives and benefits, I would say. I mean, this is something that people really should be driving towards the help in their business, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah. All right. Cool enough.
Yeah.
And I saw something also, which is because I'm looking at the site right now, and it says something like self-attest as a diverse-owned business.
Yeah.
This is something really US. Hence why I want to know about it, because we don't know these things in Belgium, how that
Yeah.
business works. Is there something special on this program?
Yes. So, of course, with the initiative, it's designed not only to represent partners, but also to help identify them. So, as I explain, what how my job is a lot different than other PDMs in regards to identifying or working with partners by race rather than by technical or industry um, uh, component.
Hmm.
We are looking to also help like highlight and showcase them. But in order to do that, we have to also be able to identify them.
Hmm.
And so, we, of course, through the initiative, do a good job of doing that. But, to my point before, it's also a matter of how do we integrate this to the normal processes of the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program. So, working with the marketplace team and various other teams across the organization, we help to launch a self attestation tool within AppSource. And well, within AppSource and Partner Center, where partners can go to their Partner Center and then they can go to, and I apologize, I'm not familiar with the exact page, but
It's
I
okay.
believe in their business profile, you can select whether you're, women owned, Black owned, veteran owned, LGBT owned, or led. And then that information would then be reflected in your partner profile in
Okay.
apps.
Cool.
So, where the partner directory is, where you can search the partners. And on the site, when you go on the site, you'll have a special icon, which looks like three small blue circles next to a partner's profile
Hmm.
tile. and that will indicate that this is a diverse partner, based off of any of these types of criteria. And it's not only just selecting that you're this type of partner or business, but you can also upload the certifications that also, add further accreditation to that claim
Okay.
as well.
Thanks a ton for being on the show in the last minute or so. Anything else we should know? Anything else you want to share with us?
Yes. So of course, with the initiative, we're always looking to not only recruit more partners, but also just to get additional support from the Microsoft ecosystem as well. And to both of these points, we are working on ways just to expand what this means for all partners and just supporting other underrepresented groups, as well as even supporting partners in other parts of the world. So, just, I would say for anyone watching this, be on the lookout for news in the upcoming years or so of just how this initiative will continue to grow and evolve within the initiative. And that if you are, currently watching this and you're a Microsoft employee, always feel free to reach out to me because we're always open to new ideas and new ways to support Partners Initiative. And if you know any potential businesses who should be a partner, or if you're a partner or business yourself who's not an initiative or knows someone who should be, feel free to reach out to me as I'm always open to discuss and help onboard more partners.
You don't know what you got yourself into now.
It's been almost 2 years, so I'm always ready.
We will be more than happy to expand our network to you. And so for our viewers who are doing business all over the world, if you have any of these initiatives or these partners that you know of, feel free to reach out to me, to Daniel, to Matthew, to Niels Fransen. And we will put each other into contact. It's no problem. You can reach out to our social media channels. I think our dear friend Matt will also push this. I think the websites, if you want them to be in the YouTube recording, so that way they can also find their information there back and they can also contact you. I don't know whether should we put your LinkedIn profile in there so that way they can just click through, if that's okay with you, or if you rather stay around, just do it differently.
No, LinkedIn profile is fine because we also have a LinkedIn page for the partners as well.
Send me that. I'll include that for sure.
Yeah, and then they can contact you through those shells, and elsewhere just contact us, and we'll make sure that it gets to you.
Yep.
So, all right. This was awesome. Thank you so much for, first of all, supporting this initiative and doing this initiative. It's very important that we actually get to these more diverse groupings and more initiatives of those terms. It was a very pleasant talk with you, Daniel. I wish you all the best for the remainder of the day, even if it's not in the state of Washington, but in Washington DC.
And all things down here in Washington. For
yeah. And if you ever retire, I know that I can find you in Miami. So that's
okay.
also something. Right. Matt, thanks for sticking with me today. And to our viewers, we see you next time. Bye-bye.
Cool. Take care, everybody.
All right, well.